joy won't come, then let me see the worth in what you keep from me. Your hand decides what hearts receive, and I will bow as I believe.
Episode 12, Show Me the Worth. Part 3, The Sovereignty. Chorus 2, lines 3 to 5. If joy won't come, then let me see the worth in what you keep from me. Your hand decides what hearts receive. There is a prayer in these 3 lines that I want to be very careful with, because it is easy to hear it one way and miss what it is actually asking. It is not asking God to make the lacking easier to endure. It is not a coping prayer. Show me something that will help me deal with not having this. It is not a bargaining prayer. Show me enough that I will be willing to keep following even without the thing I want. It is not asking for a consolation prize. It is not asking God to fill the space left by the withheld joy with a spiritual substitute that takes the edge off. The ask is something else entirely. And when I wrote it, I meant it precisely. Let me see the worth. Not, let me feel better about the lack. Let me see. Let me understand. Let me know something I don't currently know. Let me see into what you value, what you prioritize, what you are doing in the keeping. Not so that I can cope with what I don't have, but so that I can know you more. Because what God keeps from us, and what He keeps us from, tells us something about Him, about His character, about what He values and what He is building, and what He sees from where He stands that we cannot see from where we stand. God has us walk a line. The thread He weaves in our lives and in the universe, narrow, purposeful, established before we ever set foot on it, runs through territory He has chosen. All around that line are the things He keeps from us, or keeps us from. Not randomly, not carelessly. His hand deciding what each heart receives, and that decision is not arbitrary. It is an expression of who He is, of what He knows, of what He is making. So when we ask to see the worth in what He keeps from us, we are really asking to see Him more clearly. That reframing changes everything about the prayer, because it means the answer to "show me the worth" is not primarily information about our own situation. It is not God explaining the plan, or justifying the withholding, or presenting the cost-benefit analysis of what we lost versus what we gained. The answer is God Himself. More of Him. A deeper knowing of His character, His values, His priorities, the things He considers worth protecting us from, even when the protection costs us something we deeply wanted. I think about a father who says no to a child, not cruelly, not carelessly, but from a knowing the child doesn't yet have. The child sees the thing being withheld. The father sees what the thing would do to the child, what it would prevent, what it would cost in ways the child cannot yet calculate. The no is not indifference. The no is love expressed through a knowledge differential. I see what you cannot see yet, and what I see changes what I give. Now multiply that knowing to infinite. A father who sees the whole cloth from every angle, who knows the end from the beginning, who formed us in secret and knew us before we were born, whose knowledge of us and of what we need and what we cannot yet handle, and what would diminish us and what would complete us, is absolute and total and has never been wrong once. His hand decides what hearts receive. That hand is not a bureaucratic hand, not an administrative hand sorting applications and assigning outcomes. It is a father's hand, a knowing hand, a hand whose decisions about what to give and what to keep are always, even when they devastate us, even when we cannot understand them, even when they produce the kind of grief that drives us to accusation, expressions of a love and a wisdom that does not make mistakes. And here is what I have found in the long, slow, painful process of walking this line. When I have been given glimpses of the worth in what God kept from me, it has never primarily been about the thing itself. It has been about Him. I have seen something of what He values that I would not have seen if He had simply given me what I asked for. I have understood something of His character, His priorities, His way of making, His definition of good, that the receiving would have bypassed entirely. The kept things have been, in my experience, one of the most intimate and specific ways God has revealed Himself to me. Because what a person withholds tells you as much about their character as what they give.
God withholds what would harm the thread, what would pull us off the line, what would satisfy us with something less than what He is building toward. And in the withholding, in the grace-enabled seeing of why He kept it, we see more of Him, His goodness, His vision, His love that refuses to be reduced to simply giving us what we want. Lord, make it easier. Show me the worth in what You keep from me, so I can learn to be more like You. That is the honest version of this prayer. Not, show me so I will follow. I am already following, already walking the line, already in the tension and the hunger and the dark. Not, show me so I can deal with not having. The dealing is not the point. Show me so I can know You more. Show me so that when the line turns and I feel the pull of the old desire and the hunger rises and the temptation to turn back comes, I have seen enough of Your worth to turn less, to hold the line longer, to trust the hand that decides more deeply than I did before, because that is what the seeing does. It is not a vaccine against the turning. It does not remove the desire or eliminate the hunger or make the lack painless. But every glimpse of His worth, every moment of seeing what He values and why He keeps what He keeps, makes the turning a little less, the grip on the wrong thing a little looser, the trust in the hand a little more settled. It is hard to go one way and have to turn. Anyone who has walked this territory knows that. The pull of the old direction is real. The familiarity of the hunger pointing toward its old object is real. The moment when the line asks you to go one way and everything in you wants to go another, that moment is hard every time. It does not become effortless. It does not become automatic. But it can become easier. Not through discipline alone, not through trying harder, through seeing more of Him, through the accumulated glimpses of His worth, His character, His priorities, His love expressed through the keeping, that build, slowly, a trust that holds when the turning is hard. Show me the worth, not for my comfort, for Your glory. Not so I can manage the lack, so I can know You. Not so the line feels easier to walk, so I can see more clearly who laid it down and why. That is the ask. All of it in 5 words. And it is, I believe, one of the prayers God most loves to answer.